Debbie Marcoux is licensed by the Department of Financial Protection and Innovation under the California Residential Mortgage Lending Act, NMLS ID 237926. Also licensed in Arizona 0941504, Florida L076508, Georgia 69178, Idaho MLO 208023796, Illinois 031.0058339, Missouri, North Carolina I210940, Nevada 57237, Oregon, Tennessee 184373, Texas, Washington MLO 237926.
She's the mortgage mom. She can get things done when you're in need and don't know where to go. Pick up the phone and call mom.
All right, so welcome to Mortgage Mom Radio. I am Debbie Marcoux. I am the Mortgage Mom, and today we're going to be talking about alternative loan options. So what does that mean? What are we going to be talking about? So we're going to be talking about if you're a low income borrower, or I'm sorry, a low credit score borrower. So you get having a little bit of trouble with that credit score and you're having a hard time getting approved. Are you having issues with verifying your income? What other loan programs or opportunities might exist for you? So we're going to go into those today. It's going to be a great show. We are having some issues with our chat, so we're going to go ahead and we are going to pause for just a second while we try to get that chat up and running so that I can take your questions and I can answer them for you. So stay tuned. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. All right, so welcome back to Mortgage Mom Radio. I am Debbie Marcoux. I am the Mortgage Mom, and thank you so much for waiting there. We were trying to get the chat feed up and running. For some reason, it is not working. You got to love this technology and these computers. But Manny is watching on YouTube to see your questions come through. So he will go ahead and he'll read those to me so that I can answer them for you. So please don't hesitate. Let me know that you're here. Give me your thumbs up. Ask me your questions. I want to hear from you. But today is going to be about what kinds of loan programs are out there that exist to help you get into financing. Maybe you didn't think you could get into financing previously, and we want to make sure that you know all of those opportunities and those options that are there. So the first thing that we're going to start off with today is low credit scores, right? And I believe that there's a lot of people that don't believe that they can get into financing because they're scared or they're afraid because maybe their credit score is low or lower than what they believe is required to get a loan. And so I love that word believe, because a lot of people, they just kind of make the assumption that they can't do something, or that they can't get a loan, or their credit won't qualify, or their income won't qualify. But they never actually pick up the phone and give us a call and talk to us and let us know what is going on, or find out what their options or their opportunities are. So I would like to bring to you guys FHA as the number one option, right? And we've got multiple options, so we'll talk about both. But FHA loans are fabulous because they will allow credit scores as low as 550. At least that's what I can do with the lenders that I work with. So we've got multiple lenders. They all have their own guidelines. Some of them will not work with you unless your credit score is over 600. Some won't do it until you're at 620 or maybe even 640. But we have lenders that will allow you to go down to a 550 credit score, which is fabulous. That is allowing people to get into homeownership and purchase a home. Now, let me preemptively tell you that if you have a a foreclosure that is, recent, or if you have, massive late payments or collection accounts, even though that lender will allow maybe a credit score that you might have, that could possibly disqualify you. But we have many clients who have medical collections. Well, medical collections, honestly, in mortgage are pretty much ignored. That doesn't matter, but those medical collections will absolutely bring that credit score down, and you may feel like you can't get financing even though you've made all of your credit card payments, you've made your car loans, you've even paid your current mortgage on time. You might be feeling like, I can't get a loan right now, and FHA might be a fabulous option for you. We do have one that is in process right now where the borrower has a 567 credit score. The computer system will ultimately give us the approval, yes or no. It doesn't mean that everybody with a 567 will get approved, but her situation allowed for the approval. So depending on how much money that you have down, or, other factors, your debt to income ratio, the type of property that you're buying, all of those factors get put into that computer system, and then it actually gives us an answer, yes or no. So I don't want to deter anybody that might have a lower credit score from trying to become a homeowner. The best thing that you can do is to pick up the phone, give us a call, get the consultation, go to the website, set yourself up for a phone call, for that phone consultation, talk to us about your scenario, and let's see what we can do for you. There very well may be an option. I can see that Nora jumped on and she says, hi, Mortgage Mom team. Nora, thank you so much for joining us. Carrie says, hi, Debbie, looking good. Carrie, thank you so much. It's always great to hear when people like the way I look. Heather says, hi, everybody. So thank you, Heather, for jumping on as well. And again, I do want to remind everybody that this is an open communication kind of show. I want you guys to ask your questions, and I want to be able to get those answers for you. So please put them into the feed if there is anything that you'd like to know directly. I also want to remind you all that it doesn't have to be on today's topic. If you have just got a burning question that you need the answer to, please feel free to ask it. This is a mortgage, real estate, all things event. So please feel free to ask the question, and we are going to read that out loud and answer it for you. There's a very good chance that if you have that question, that there are numerous people out there with the same question. So we want to make sure, or I want to make sure, that I am bringing the information to the listener that you guys are looking for and that you need. So please reach out, ask the questions, totally acceptable. Now, what is another loan type other than FHA that will allow for lower credit scores? So VA, if you are a veteran and you have eligibility to purchase a home from having served, this will allow you to go into that lower credit score realm as well. Again, everybody is a little bit different, and so your actual application gets pushed through the computer system, and then it comes out with a yes or no answer. But we do also have lenders in that VA loan type that will allow for credit scores down to that 550 mark. So please don't let it deter you from calling us, talking to us, and finding out if you are a candidate to be able to get a home loan. So those would be probably the two very best scenarios for our listeners. VA and FHA, of course, are going to require that you can income qualify. So you would have to show us your W-2s and your pay stubs or your tax returns if you are self-employed. Those are lower down payment types of mortgage loans. So you could get in with as little as 3.5% down with FHA or as little as 0 down with a VA loan. But those are going to be full income documentation loan types. Now, let's say that you are a borrower that doesn't have a fabulous credit score. Again, maybe you're in the low fives. but you have a good chunk of money sitting in your bank account, and you could put a pretty large down payment down on a new home. Don't let people tell you no. So one of the things that we're going to do when we do talk with you is we're going to consult you. We're going to talk about your credit and what are some things that you can do. What is your game plan to correct the credit report to get that credit score up? We'll definitely do some credit counseling with you to make sure that you've got all of the tools that you need to try to get that credit score fixed. However, there are options such as hard money, where you can still get a loan to purchase a home if you've got a large down payment, you can't show your income. It's really about the property, and the amount of money that you are putting down is really how hard money loans work. So the investor, the individual investor, is going to look at the property. They're going to look at the amount of your down payment, and that is what's going to determine whether or not they want to do lending on the property that you would like to purchase. Your income isn't necessarily a factor, and your credit isn't necessarily a factor. Now, one thing to keep in mind about a hard money loan is that it is going to be a very risky loan for the investor, which means that they are going to want a much, much higher interest rate than what you might get if you were full doc qualifying. So in that situation, again, the credit counseling is so important. It is so important that we create that roadmap and that game plan for you to make sure that you can get your credit score fixed so that we could then turn around and get you refinanced out of that hard money loan as quickly as possible. 6 months, 12 months would be the very best time frame to try to get out of that loan. But it does help you buy the house. It gets you in, it creates the home ownership, and then we work the plan. So for some people, we work the plan first, and for others, they want to get into that property. They need to get into that property, and that would be a great type of loan for that particular person. Now, who else does hard money help? Hard money is great when you've got a property that you're trying to buy that's maybe a fixer-upper. And we're talking about a fixer-upper that won't qualify for standard conventional financing. Maybe it needs the roof repaired. There's roof leaks. You can see it. Maybe there's cracks in the slab. There's reasons behind why it won't actually qualify conventionally. There's a ton of mold, something that needs to be remediated. These are going to be great loans for contractors, somebody that's going to do a quick fix and then flip. That's where another hard money type would come in very handy. Now, if you are just a normal, everyday person trying to get a good deal on a house, you want to buy that fixer-upper, you want to fix it up yourself, hard money is not probably the answer. We do have some renovation style loans that we could put you into that might be the answer for you in those scenarios for those homes that won't qualify for that conventional financing. But again, we'd want to talk about those renovation plans with you. Are you planning on getting a contractor to do the work? Are you planning on doing the work yourself? So every single loan type, there's going to be a person that needs it, that it's good for, and that is the type of loan that we put you into. So again, I cannot stress how important that it is that we have that phone consultation with you, that we talk to you, or maybe an email consultation. I am absolutely happy to answer any questions whatsoever that you may have. If you want to just email me, maybe you're not a person that likes to pick up the phone and talk on the phone, and I totally get that. Fine by me. So please feel free to also contact me that way. Again, you guys can reach out any way that you want. You can call the office. It's 844-935-3634. That's 844 We Lend for You. WELEND and the number 4. You can go to our website, go to mortgagemomradio.com. You can book your phone consultation right on the website. You can send me an email right through the website, or you can do any of the tools that we have on the website. I've got quite a few tools, calculators that you can utilize on the website as well. So however you'd like to get a hold of us is absolutely fine by me. I want to make sure that we get you the answers that you are looking for. My dad jumps on. So hi, Dad. Good to see you. I know that have Stubham. I think Stubham. I'm not exactly sure. Shubham I love these names. They're so great. Hey there, I want to work for you as a thumbnail designer. Well, thank you so much. I appreciate it. You can reach out after the show is over. This is not the place to do that, but I appreciate you watching and jumping in. So again, if you guys have questions, this is open for any questions that you might have. Please go ahead and put those into the feed. This is an interactive show. We're doing all things real estate and mortgage. And today we are talking alternative loan programs. So we are going to take a very quick commercial break. And when we get back, we're going to start jumping into some of the alternate documentation loans for self-employed borrowers, W-2 borrowers, all of the different opportunities that exist and are available. So stay tuned. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Hi, this is Debbie Marcoux, the Mortgage Mom. Have you been thinking about buying a new property or buying your first property and you have no idea where to get started? Well, it's our job here at Mortgage Mom Radio to educate you and to get you that game plan to get you moving forward. Give us a call. It's 844-935-3634. That's 844 We Lend for You. WELEND and the number 4. Or head on over to our website to mortgagemomradio.com. You can book yourself an appointment right there. It's a free phone consultation and we'll get you started and on your way. Hi, this is Debbie Marcoux, the Mortgage Mom. Are you a homeowner swimming in debt? Do you have a very low interest rate on your mortgage and that's what's stopping you from doing a refinance to get that debt paid off? Give us a call. Let's talk. Let's go through the numbers. Let's see if there's not an opportunity to get that debt paid off and still save you money every month. Let's get your cash flow back in order. Give me a call. The number is 844-935-3634. That's 844 We Lend for You. WELEND and the number 4. Or head on over to our website to mortgagemomradio.com. All right, so welcome back to Mortgage Mom Radio. I am Debbie Marcoux. I am the Mortgage Mom. And today we are talking alternative loan document options, alternative loan options in general, not even just documents. So we kind of went through what are some opportunities available for you. Maybe if you're kind of fighting that credit score a bit, again, like I mentioned, you might have great payment history, but maybe you had some medical collections that jumped onto your credit report. Those can sometimes be a burden. Maybe a collection of any type that jumped on that you're arguing with, and that's just happened to drop that credit score down. Maybe you're a newer credit person, right? So what are some other reasons why your credit score might be low? So if you just recently opened maybe a credit card or two, you haven't really been established for very long in creating that credit history. A lot of times we're going to start out with very low credit limits. So maybe you've got $100 limit on your credit card. Maybe you have a $200 limit on your credit card. This is very, very familiar. $500 if you're lucky for that first credit card, right, as that credit limit. Well, as we all know, you can go to the grocery store and you could literally spend the entire amount or even half of whatever that credit balance is. As those balances go up towards the top of what your credit limit is, your credit score will plummet and it will go down actually quite quickly. So there are reasons why you might have that lower credit score, even though you are a very viable borrower, you've got good income, you do pay your bills on time. So once again, I can't stress enough how important that it is that you do reach out to us, talk to us about your scenario, and then we're going to help guide you into what is the right loan program for you. Is there anything that you could do to quickly get your credit score improved? Obviously, the higher that the credit score is that you have, the better that the interest rate will be that we will be able to offer you. So it is important that we try to get that credit score up while we're working on getting the pre-approval completed. So we're going to give you all of those goals and tips and tricks of what to do while we're working through the rest of the file for you, so that hopefully by the time you're fully pre-approved and you found a property, now your credit score's actually been increased. But even if we can't get you to that point, there are some loan options available to you. So the next thing I do want to talk about are self-employed borrowers. And self-employed borrowers, we've talked about this quite a bit on the show before, but I like to keep going back to it because I feel like There are a lot of self-employed borrowers that don't believe that they can get the financing that they need to secure a new home. They are writing off a lot of that income on the tax returns. They're not necessarily showing the full extent of what their income is or what they're capable of earning. And so that can make it very difficult when you get into loan programs where you do have to show full documents. You do need to show those tax returns for 2 years in order to qualify for the financing that you want. So we do have some opportunity available. We do have what's called a 1099 loan program. So that one is pretty cool. What we're going to do is actually get those 1099s that you earned, and that is what we're going to use to verify income rather than the full tax return. So that might perk up, especially some of those real estate agents out there that we talk to and that we work with. Maybe that perks up for you. We do have bank statement products where we're going to actually qualify you based on the deposits that are coming into your business and your personal bank accounts. So depending on the type of business that you run, whether you're considered a sole proprietor or whether you're an S Corp or an LLC or even a C Corp, we're going to look at business and personal bank statements to determine what you're depositing on a monthly basis, what are your expenses on a monthly basis, and then we're going to determine the income that way. So that is also a really fabulous alternative program for somebody who is self-employed. So I've just mentioned we've got a 1099 program. We have the bank statement program. We also have an asset qualifier program. So that one is also really cool. You do not have to be self-employed. You can be any person. You can be employed, you can be unemployed. It doesn't really matter. But we have an asset qualifier loan where we're going to actually qualify you based on the assets that you've got saved. So we do have clients that have got a decent amount of money in all of their investment accounts, and really for a living, what they do is make sure that their money is working for them. And kudos to you for doing that, but it can make it difficult sometimes to qualify for new financing. So we do have an asset qualifier program, which is also really, really cool. So that might be a great program for you. I hope that you guys are hearing what I'm saying over and over again. There is a program for just about every person. So when you just tell yourself, or the assumption is, I can't get a loan right now, that may not actually be accurate. And so you have to pick up the phone and you have to call us and you have to tell us what your situation is. What have you got going on? Where is your credit? How much down payment do you want to do? What have you got in the bank? What are your reserves? And that is going to help us to determine what is the best loan program for you. So don't go anywhere. I have more. I have got more of these alternative doc programs, but I am going to take a super quick commercial break, one this time. So it's 60 seconds and we'll be right back.
Hi, this is Carrie Young with Mortgage Mom Radio. Did you know there are multiple home loan options available with little to no money down? Whether it's conventional, VA, FHA, USDA, or down payment assistance, let us find a loan that's right for you to get you into a home with minimal out-of-pocket expense. Give us a call. That number is 844-935-3634. That's 844-WE-LEND-FOR-YOU. That's WELEND and the number 4. Or visit our website. That's mortgagemomradio.com.
All right, so welcome back to Mortgage Mom Radio. I'm Debbie Marcoux. I am the Mortgage Mom, and we are talking alternative loan programs today. So what kind of programs are out there that are available for you that you might not be aware of? Obviously, Mortgage Mom, we do loans. We do all types of loans. We do FHA, VA, conventional, jumbo, non-qualified mortgages, which is what a lot of these alternative loan programs are. So we do a gamut of different types of loans, right? And we want to make sure that we are getting the person into the right loan program. Now, along with that, again, is going to come some counseling, right? We want to make sure that if we get you into a loan and maybe it doesn't have the very best of, pricing, maybe it's got a high interest rate, we want to make sure that there's a game plan to get you out of that loan. So every person is a different story, right? Everybody has a different page in their book. You know, it might be time for you to purchase a new home, but everything else isn't really quite falling into place, right? So we're going to come up with, how do we get you in? But then we need to make sure that we also come up with, how do we make it better? And how fast can we make it better? So it is really, really important that you are talking to us and that you're reaching out and that we are planning with you. You know, we're giving you the tools that you need to increase the credit score, or maybe we need to talk about your income, and we need to talk about, you know, the business itself that maybe you're running if you are self-employed, and what is the anticipation of your income next year? Where do you think that you're going to be at? So is income going to be able to show nicer on paper next year in 24 when you file your 23s than maybe 22 did, which is the last return that you did? So we want to have those conversations with you to make sure that we are not setting you up for failure as well. So it is really, really important that we get the whole scenario, we get all the scoop from you so that we can determine what that best option is going to be. Now, as I promised, I said we've got more loan programs, right, that I haven't even talked about yet. So the next one is going to be a debt service ratio loan. Many people refer to this as a DSCR. This is the type of loan that is when you are buying an investment property and maybe your income isn't enough to help you to qualify for that second mortgage. Maybe you've never been an investor before, so you don't have any rental history, so we can't provide us with rental history to use rental income to help offset debt. And it depends on the size of the loan that you're getting, the size of the purchase price, how much money that you're putting down. But a DSCR is for an investment purchase. And what we are doing is we are calculating the ratio of how much that the rents will come in at that property has the ability to make, and then how much is that new mortgage payment going to be. If that property can carry itself for the most part, we like it when it will carry itself and more. You're going to get better pricing and better interest rates. But if it will almost carry itself, the principal, interest, taxes, insurance, if the whole amount of the mortgage could be covered by that rent that property has the ability to receive, then based on that alone, you could qualify to get into that investment property. So that is a great opportunity, a great option for both employed and self-employed borrowers alike. Now, one thing to keep in mind with that type of a loan is that you do have to have a primary residence. So I've seen it very, very few times where they've said, okay, we'll do it, even though the person doesn't own a primary residence. Usually that situation would be somebody that you are living somewhere else, you are renting somewhere else, or maybe you're married and you're living with your spouse who owns the home that you live in. So for that particular reason, you might not necessarily own the home that you're in, but you have a history of being an investor. So you've got other rental properties already in a portfolio, even if that is just one other property. But if you have, that history of having those additional rental properties, even if you don't own the home that you're currently living in, we could make the exception for you. But keep in mind, most of the time, they want you to have a property that is your primary, and then this would be for your first investment purchase or maybe even a second or third investment purchase. But another great loan program, a great option to get into if you are concerned about the regular, normal, conventional qualifying to buy an investment property. So again, I hope that I am giving you guys tons of options today. I want to make sure that if you have any questions at all, you know that this show is interactive. You can ask me those questions and I'm more than happy to answer them for you. So I do want to remind everybody that I go live once a week on Wednesday, right between like 1 and 1:15 in the afternoon. The best way to know that I have gone live so that you do not miss the show is to text the word MOM to 844-935-3634. That's 844 we lend for you. WELEND and the number 4. So that is the same phone number to call us at if you want to reach our office, but it's also the same number to opt into your weekly text message. Now, I'm already getting text messages from a bunch of friends that usually jump on and join the show, and they said that the link this week for some reason didn't work, and I do apologize for that, so I will fix it for next week. You can always find us on YouTube. That is where we're streaming. We're streaming on Facebook as well. So if you just go to YouTube and type in Mortgage Mom Radio, if I am live, that show should be running right now where you'd be able to join. But typically, this is the first time in the last couple of years that for some reason that link didn't work. So typically when you get that text message once a week, that link will be there so that you can click on it and you can actually join the show immediately right away. And there's no concern about maybe if you subscribe to the channel, which we'd love. I'd love everybody right now to give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my YouTube channel. But even if you've subscribed, sometimes you don't get that notification that I went live. It seems like it's hit or miss on many of the channels that I have subscribed to myself personally. So this will make sure that no matter what, you get the reminder that we are on, that we are live, and a link that you can click on. So once again, if you do want to opt in, you do want to subscribe to those text messages, you're going to text the word MOM, MOM, no parentheses, no opt-in, no nothing at all, just the word mom. That's it. To 844-935-3634. That's 844 We Lend for You. WELEND and the number 4. Now, if you want to know anything at all about mortgage, you have any questions about selling your home, you have any questions whatsoever about real estate or mortgage lending, and you want to call our office or you want to get that phone consultation or you want to send me an email, here's how you do it. Number 1, same exact phone number to call the office. It's 844-935-3634. You can go to the website, go to mortgagemomradio.com. Do not forget the radio. So it's mortgagemomradio.com. And you will actually see the button that you can schedule your phone consultation. You can see the contact us. Like I said a little bit earlier, there's tons of calculators and, different tools that are on the website and convenient and available to you. So that would be another way. If you want to send us an email, you can absolutely do that as well. Now, one more thing that we talked about in last week's show and that I do want to remind everybody is that we have our phone app. So we've got 2 phone apps. One is in the App Store and the Google Play Store. That is for starting your loan application with us. So you're ready to go. You're going to start the process. You're getting your pre-approval ready. You're getting your refinance started. You need that home equity line of credit, so you want to apply. Those are the applications that are in the App Store and the Google Play Store. And it is Mortgage Mom Radio. You type it in, you'll find it. Now we have our Tools app where you can call our office. You can watch first-time homebuyer workshops. You can send us an email. You can run calculators. You can do all of it through a phone app, and that is our Tools app. So how do you get that Tools app? So the same phone number that you call the office, same phone number that texts to word mom to opt in, you can text phone app, and it's that easy. PHONE space APP. So phone app. That's all you need. No quotation marks, no opt-in, no nothing like that. Just literally text phone app and you will get the link texted to you so that you can get the Tools Mortgage Mom Radio app. And that's a good one because, again, it's all the contact information, all the calculators, the workshops, the YouTube. So you could actually watch YouTube directly through the phone app. You can see me do this live every week. So again, that same phone number last time, and I'll leave it alone. It's 844-935-3634. That's 844 We Lend for You. WELEND and the number 4. You're either texting mom, phone app, or you're calling that number, because it does all three things for you. We're trying to keep it as simple as possible to be able to reach us here at the office. So getting back to it, we're talking alternative loan options today. I gave you guys all kinds of great ideas, great options available. I want to make sure that you understood all of them. Couple of things that a lot of people do ask me. So I brought up the matrix to give you guys an idea of what we can do. But one thing to keep in mind is that most of the alternative doc programs, so not FHA like we talked about at the beginning, not VA like we talked about at the beginning. So those are totally different. That's a low credit score. What loan options or loan programs are available for people that have that lower credit score? I'm talking the alternative doc ones. I mentioned qualifying on just your 1099. I mentioned qualifying on a P&L from your CPA. I mentioned qualifying on your bank statements, right? So these are giving us alternative documents to the standard W-2s, pay stubs, self-employed tax returns, things like that, right? So those alternative doc programs. So all of them are going to need at least 6 months of reserves. So that's number one that I want everybody to keep in mind. That is very, very important. So what are reserves and how do we calculate 6 months? So the total monthly mortgage payment that you will have for the property that you are trying to buy, so principal, interest, taxes, insurance, homeowners insurance, if there are HOA dues. We're going to take all of that and we are going to combine that. That is your complete total monthly payment for that property. We're going to take that and we're going to multiply that by 6. That number you do need to have in reserves somewhere available. We're not taking the money from you. We're not locking it up through the loan program in any way. You just have to document at the time of getting the loan approval and closing that between your down payment, your closing costs, that you also have that much extra left over that we can document that you've got that 6 months reserve. So that is for the majority of those loan programs. If you own other properties, so say, for example, that DSCR loan that I talked to you about, the debt service ratio for the investor. So let's say that you have another 1 or 2 or 3 properties that you own that are already in your portfolio. You need to have an additional 2 months of reserves for each of those properties. So if you've got 3 more properties, you need another 6 months of reserves, which now makes it 12 months of reserves that you need. So, and I'm giving you kind of a general overview. All of these different programs might have slightly different guidelines and slightly different reserve requirements, but this is a pretty general, this kind of seems to touch the basis on most of these loan programs. Now, many of these loan programs are available to somebody with a 660 credit score. So you don't necessarily have to have a 700 or a 740 credit score. You could be in that 660 and above range, which makes it much easier to qualify for one of these products. Now, obviously, the higher that the credit score is, the better that the interest rate is, the higher that your credit score is, the less money down that may be required. So when your credit scores start to get lower, they're going to require a larger down payment. So again, talking to us, talking about your scenario and determining what is available to you, knowing how much money that you might need in that down payment, knowing how much that you're going to need for the reserves for the loan program that seems to work best for you, is the best way to get started, because you might have everything that you need right now and you've been sitting on hold assuming that you can't do something, and you may find out that you can't do it quite yet, but gosh, you're just a couple of months away and then you're ready. And it gives you that opportunity to look forward to something, plan for it, go after that goal, execute it, get it done, and become a homeowner. So really good stuff for you guys to make sure that you're reaching out and talking to us. All right, so down payments as low as 15%, although rates are better when you've got at least 20% down. So do keep that in mind. We do have some of those bank statement products that would allow as low as 15% down. That is actually really nice that it doesn't have to be a complete 20, but just remember, just like your credit score, the higher your credit score is, the better that the interest rate will be. The bigger that your down payment is, the better that your interest rate will be. So if you're putting 20% down, you'll get a bit better interest rate than if you're putting 15% down. And again, this is kind of just a general overview because I talked about so many different loan programs today. Like I mentioned at the beginning of the show, if you've that lower credit borrower, right, we were talking FHA and VA, those are government programs. And so those are not going to be the 15% down requirement or the 20% down need. You could actually be getting in with 3.5% down on FHA or 0 down on VA. But I feel like there's a lot of those lower down payment first-time buyers that maybe need to utilize one of those government programs that have that lower credit score. And because of that, they just really believe that there's no opportunity. You could have gotten declined for a credit card if you applied for it. You could have gotten declined for a car loan if you had applied for it. That doesn't necessarily mean that you are going to get declined for home financing. So you do, again, have to pick up the phone. You've got to get that consultation with us. You need to talk to us about what the opportunity is. Now, remember, with that lower credit, that lower and low down payment, you do have to qualify. I mean, you've got to show us the W-2s and the pay stubs, or if you are self-employed, the tax returns, right? Very important to understand what the differences are. I'm not telling you that you can have a 560 credit score and not have to prove your income. That is absolutely not the case. And so I want to make sure that you guys are hearing that loud and clear. You've got a low credit score, that's okay. If you don't have a big down payment like a hard money loan, then you do have to qualify. You've got to show us your employment history and that you've got the income, to be able to make the payments. So again, I just can't stress it enough. There is a very good chance that we have a loan program for you. You need to stop thinking that you can't if you've never made the call or never talked to somebody. Another thing that I do want to point out, and I want to make sure that you guys hear, is that we have a client right now in process purchasing her first property. She has been self-employed for 1 year. Her tax returns are not enough to get her qualified, but she does have the down payment that she needs. She's got a good credit score, and we were able to get her into a loan program that is going to work for her. So 1 year tax return or 1 year of bank statements, right? Let us try to help you. She was told no by another lender. Now, those other lenders, it doesn't mean that they're doing this harmfully. They're not doing it on purpose. They may not have the programs available to them to be able to tell somebody yes. If I worked at one of the larger banks and I had the portfolio that bank gave me to work from, I may not be able to tell you yes either. I may have to tell you no. I don't have a loan program available for you. No, that's not possible. No, you're going to have to wait till you file that second year of tax returns. We have loan programs available in many different arenas and avenues. So there's a very good chance that we might be able to tell you yes, even if somebody else told you no. And that is exactly what happened with her. She came to us, she talked to us, she was told there was no way. She heard the show and she thought, I'm going to give them a call anyway. Let me see if there's something that we can do. We've been working with her for the last couple of months to get her get her put into the right place. I'm not going to tell you that this is going to be a super fast, situation, right? We had to start by talking with her. We had to get all of her documentation. We had to work through what we had. We had to submit her information to a couple of different banks to determine where is she going to fit? Where does her puzzle piece fit? And we found that lender that's going to work for her. And now she is in escrow and she is buying her first property and she is moving forward and she is ecstatic. So again, when other people tell you no, don't take no as the final answer. Just pick up the phone and call Mortgage Mom. Call mom, call me, call one of the girls on my team. We're all moms. Who do you go to when you needed help? Who do you go to when you need somebody to talk to? You go to mom, right? So don't make that no from another lender your final no. At least call us and see if there's something that we can do for you. And we're going to be very straightforward. We're straight shooters. We don't lie. We are going to tell you what we know. We're going to tell you if there's opportunity there. We may need you to apply before we can give you a solid yes or no. But we are going to talk with you. We're real human people. We understand that it is a lot for you to go through to do the application, for us to pull credit. We are not going to pull you through, the trenches if there is just absolutely no possibility that you're going to be able to get a loan. We're going to talk through a game plan to get you to the point that we can get you the loan. But if there is an opportunity there, we're going to explain what that opportunity would be, what that opportunity might look like, how much money might you need down, what kind of interest rates would be appropriate for that kind of loan type, what would that monthly payment look like? And then if you feel that that's a great opportunity for you, then you're going to apply. We're going to do the application, and we're going to see what we can do to get you fit into the right loan program. So I hope that that is very helpful today. I hope that I brought you guys a lot of good information. I hope that this touches somebody that didn't maybe think that they could do something before, but they can now. We want you to call us. We want you to reach out. We want to help you. That is what we are here for. We are here to educate, to provide the education that you need to help get you to that next step. So once again, our phone number is 844-935-3634. That's 844 We Lend For You. WELEND and the number 4. You guys can text the word mom, opt yourself in so that you can follow along, get interactive, and ask your questions while we're doing this live. If you are listening by radio over the weekend, you guys are hearing a pre-recorded show. I do it every Wednesday, like I said, right between 1 and 1:15. And if you got that text message because you opted in, you'd be able to join and watch it live instead of listening to it later by radio. You'd get to see what I look like, my happy smiling face. So I'd love for you guys to join. So again, you're going to text the word mom to 844-935-3634. That's 844 We Lend For You. WELEND and the number 4. You want that fantastic mobile app. You want to get that Tools, Mortgage Mom Radio Tools app. So you're going to text the same phone number, but you're going to text phone app, PHONE space app. APP. So phone app. That's it, guys. No quotes, no opt-in, no nothing else, just the word phone app. You'll get the link so that you can download that phone app to your phone and have all those tools that you need. If you want to call the office, again, same phone number. So you're doing the same phone number for texting mom, texting phone app, and calling us. So once again, it's 844-935-3634. That's 844 We Lend For You. WELEND and the number 4. Guys can go to the website, go to mortgagemomradio.com. So if you guys are not texters, you're not callers, you're trying to find out a different way to get information that you need, go check out my website, mortgagemomradio.com. You can book yourself a phone consultation there if you'd like. Pick the day and time that you want. If you don't see a day and time that works for you, we will work around you. Please don't hesitate to reach out. So if you need a Saturday, you need a Sunday, you need a later in the evening, you need an earlier in the morning, we've got girls all over the place right now, so we can definitely make your time zone happen. That is absolutely fine by us. So just send me an email. So again, go to the contact us on the website, go to the email me on the phone app. Let me know what you need, that you want to talk to somebody on a Sunday at 4, and we will make sure that we get that booked for you, even if it's not an opportunity when you click on the phone appointment button. Obviously, I don't have Saturdays and Sundays open for the phone appointment. That doesn't mean that we will not get you one. Also, if you want to call us on Saturday and Sunday, please do. We call back. If we don't answer the phone when it rings, which again, we can only take like one call at a time. But if we don't answer the phone when it rings, if you don't leave a message, we cannot call you back. So leave a message and you will get a call back within an hour. Longest 2. So even my voicemail says you'll get a call back within 2 hours. Chances are you're going to get a call back within 15 or 20 minutes. We're going to get back to you as fast as we can. So even though you get that voicemail, if we don't answer on a Saturday or Sunday, you will hear back from us. We want to help you when it's convenient for you. We know that you probably work Monday through Friday from 9 to 5. The majority of people do. If you don't, maybe you're working 11 to 7 or you're working, 12 to 8 or, and your schedule maybe doesn't prohibit you from really trying to get things done during the week, but the weekends are the best time for you to do your bills, catch up. You're in the middle of paying your rent and you're like, really need to buy a house. Call us. We are going to call you back. I promise. So one last time, I'm going to give you the number 844-935-3634. That's 844. We lend for you. WELEND and the number 4. Head on over to the website, mortgagemomradio.com. Text the word mom, text the word phone app, get all the tools you need, and give us a call. Send us an email. Get in touch. Let us see what we can do to help you create that home ownership. So I hope you guys all have a fabulous rest of your week. And I will be back next Wednesday, right between 1 and 1:15. So don't miss the show. Jump in, tune in. I want you there. I want you asking questions. I want you getting interactive. See y'all real soon. Bye-bye.
Debbie Marcoux is licensed by the Department of Financial Protection and Innovation under the California Residential Mortgage Lending Act, NMLS ID 237926. Also licensed in Arizona 0941504, Florida L076508, Georgia 69178, Idaho MLO 208023796, Illinois 031.0058339, Missouri, North Carolina I210940, Nevada 57237, Oregon, Tennessee 184373, Texas, Washington MLO 237926.
She's the mortgage mom. She can get things done when you're in need and don't know where to go. Pick up the phone and call mom.
Debbie Marcoux is licensed by the Department of Financial Protection and Innovation under the California Residential Mortgage Lending Act, NMLS ID 237926. Also licensed in Arizona 0941504, Florida L076508, Georgia 69178, Idaho MLO 208023796, Illinois 03100583339, Missouri, North Carolina I210940, Nevada 57237, Oregon, Tennessee 184373, Texas, Washington MLO 237926.
She's the mortgage mom.
Mortgage Mom here. Hey, if you're a homeowner, you've probably got some equity in your home. Do you have debt that you need to get rid of? Well, give us a call. Let us take you through that blended rate calculator that I always talk about. Let's determine if it makes sense for you or if you should keep what you have. How do you do that? Well, book your phone consultation. Go to our website at mortgagemomradio.com and you can book your call right there. Once again, that's mortgagemomradio.com.
Debbie Marcoux is licensed by the Department of Financial Institutions and MLS ID 237926. Also licensed in Arizona 0941504, Florida LO76508, Georgia 69178, Idaho, Nevada 5723796, Oregon, Tennessee 184373, Texas, Washington MLO 237926.
She's the mortgage mom.
Mortgage Mom here. Have you been thinking about buying your first home and you just don't know where to get started? We'll book a phone consultation with either one of my loan officers or even me. How do you do that? Well, go to our website. Go to mortgagemomradio.com. Right there, you'll see a book phone consultation and get on the books. Talk with us. Let's get you started from beginning to end. We'll walk you through that process. That's mortgagemomradio.com.
She can get things done when you're in need and don't know where to go. Pick up the phone and call mom.